Yo, guys, how's it going? Happy Thursday. I hope that you're having an excellent week. Just one day away from the weekend. I hope that you're having just a great time, man. Welcome, welcome everyone to another Pitbox live stream. We're going to be checking out Bitcoin's price today, altcoins, Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance, some other shenanigans. So make yourself comfortable. Remember always to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and without a further ado, let's jump into the charts. We have here BTC just sideways today, having a small pullback from yesterday. Strong candle. BTC is down 1.3% on the daily candle and having a potential bullish retest to this hard line of this descending channel. It's been so boring on crypto since we developed this channel. You could argue it was developed here on March 14th. It's been 161 days that we've been ranging here, chat. So I know that you're as bored as I am, but there are some signals on the charts that a resolution might be coming next, or soon at least. And that also coincides with the seasonality. Summer's coming to an end on the northern hemisphere. Kids are going back to school in September. People are coming back from vacation, and that implies sometimes than others, or more times than not, it implies positive price action for the risk assets. So just pretty neutral on BTC today, printing strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram. You're at the 58 point level on the RSI, so you just rejected here the bullish control zone today. You were above 60 yesterday, but now with this pullback, you're rejecting in it. You're continuing to develop price action of this inverse head and shoulders that we identified on the RSI here. So yeah, just potentially having somewhat of a bullish retest to this hard line here. You broke out yesterday after a failed attempt on Tuesday. Now you're above the hard line still and having somewhat of a small pullback. But what also has been having a pullback here, chat, is Bitcoin dominance. So we're gonna check out the dominance right away, because I think that that's where most of the edge is at right now. So Bitcoin dominance is down 0.8%, almost going for a bearish engulfing of yesterday's Marubasu candle, just an immediate reversion, and this is somewhat shaping to be a bad harmonic, a bullish bat from this low here on June 28th all the way to the top in August 9. You're also falling below the 57.2% area. This is strong inflection zone from 2020 and 2021, and you know what implies when price fails to break above a critical level. So you're also falling below the 60 area on the RSI. You're at the 50 point level, just chopping around there and losing ground on the RSI. So neutral as for now on the RSI, but I'm leaning a little bit short-term bearish on Bitcoin dominance. I thought that this was going to run with BTC if BTC was going to have that long-weighted breakout above 70K and into price discovery. I thought that Bitcoin dominance was going to run with it, but just going with the chart and not for what I expect. This is somewhat looking choppy, and you have a lower high regarding this high here and a lower high regarding this high with a potential harmonic here in development. You're building strong negative momentum once again on the MACD histogram. And if we go to the 3-day, you're continuing to lose that positive momentum out of this inverse head and shoulders performance. So maybe that was just the performance of this inverse head and shoulders. Let's see if it actually performed how the target was calling for. Because if you go for the measure move target of this inverse head and shoulders, was calling for a 4% gain on the breakout. So almost performed equally to the target, to the technical target of this inverse head and shoulders. But I don't know, it's looking somewhat like it wants to pull back here, if you ask me on Bitcoin dominance. So yeah, in 45 more minutes we'll know if we're actually will get a bearish engulfing on the daily, because as for now the price is defending yesterday's bullish engulfing candle, and just by a shy 0.02% or so, because the engulfing will be not even just shy 0.01% away from the bearish engulfing. So that's your Bitcoin dominance, building negative momentum again, and catching lower highs at a key inflection point. So I'm leaning towards neutral to bearish on the sticker for the short term. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin against the SPX. So Bitcoin against the SPX is outperforming. The USD pair is only down 0.4%. It looks quite like a neutral day, or like a small pullback on the SPX pair. You actually have somewhat of a higher low here regarding this low, somewhat of a confirmation bottom here developed on August 17 and August 18. So you're still ranging a long-term range. Whenever we'll get that breakout, I think it's gonna become easier to trade on BTC and crypto. Talked about USDT dominance. So USDT dominance is up 0.6% on the day. Not catching any follow through of yesterday's bearish engulfing candle, because you have a strong bearish engulfing yesterday. You will want to see a red candle today if you want to see follow through out of that bearish engulfing. But that's fine for me. That potential Adam and Eve topping pattern is still valid here. So an Adam and Eve topping pattern looks somewhat like that, where you have a strong impulse, then an inverted B drop, and then a rounded top afterwards. And that's what pretty much looks like price is doing here. You need a confirmation with a daily candle close below here, the lowest point of the Adam and Eve, and that hasn't happened yet. And your measured target move for this Adam and Eve will be pretty spectacular. So you go from the top to the lower end, it will be a 20% drop from here. So that will give you a 3.9, a 4% USDT dominance, which will be really bullish for crypto assets on if this pattern actually gets confirmed and doesn't turn out to be just another higher low regarding the previous low, which will be really bad. But if you saw yesterday's video, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you saw it, but I'll be really quick. So if you have the time, watch it, because it's 20 minutes long and I explain in detail what's going on here. But you basically have a 3 rising valleys accumulation pattern here. Your breakout line is at the 5.9%. You had the breakout, but then you failed to sustain price above the breakout line, and you reverted to the downside. So that classic chartist people and TA professional guys call this a throwback, when you are unable to sustain price above a breakout line after the breakout confirmation. Then that implies that the performance of the pattern is diminished versus a pattern that doesn't get the throwback. And also you have a lower high regarding this high here developing, plus a potential Adam and Eve topping pattern. So that gives me the bias on this moving to the downside, just like with did on May here. Yeah, this here this three rising balance accumulation pattern, one low, second low, the third low with a breakout line here at $3.68. You had the breakout here. You had the throwback as well, and a higher low regarding, I mean a lower high regarding this high, and ultimately when the pattern didn't perform to the upside, you just mean reverted to the downside, like you can see here on WIF. So that's what I'm bullishly hoping, or being cautiously optimistic on USDT dominance. If actually USDT dominance rolls over, it will be incredibly bullish for crypto. And also I look at the 3-day here time frame, both on Bitcoin and USDT dominance, and you can see here that you have a triple bearish divergence here on USDT dominance, where you have higher highs on price and lower highs on the histogram, and a potential 3 falling peaks classic distribution pattern, where you have this lower highs and a lower low regarding this low. This would be your breakout line. So this pattern is not confirmed yet. As you can tell, this would get confirmed with a bar below this 0.03% level down here. But this bearish divergence, just I don't know, it's looking pretty good if you ask me. And on Bitcoin, you have 3 rising valleys here pattern potentially developing with a bullish divergence also on the MACD histogram, and a failure from sellers to push the asset lower when you had a continuation divergence. You had a continuation of the downtrend divergence here with this higher high on MACD histogram and a lower high on price, which gave sellers a narrative. That's what's important here. So sellers had a narrative on pushing this asset price lower and keeping it lower, and they failed to do so on the MACD histogram. And on the other hand, you started developing another bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram. So I just think that it looks really good, and potentially will be reaching escape velocity and a breakout, because on the weekly, you know that we're compressed on volatility, and I've stayed compressed for just a couple of weeks now, and it's not gonna last for too long, Chad. This will just last a few more weeks at best, and this is gonna have a violent move. I don't know to which side, because I'm not here to be a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball. If I had one, I would be rich already and probably wouldn't be doing YouTube clips. But I'm guessing since the trend it's going up, it's an uptrend, and you're on a halving year and you're on a presidential election year on the US, I'm gonna guess that this is gonna break to the upside after this compression on volatility, and you'll get an expansion on volatility just like you did on September and October of last year, leading into a multi-week, potentially multi-month uptrend on BTC, carrying the whole market into price discovery. It's my opinion. So yeah, USDT dominance looks cooked, both on the 3-day and on the daily time frames, which are significant time frames. Whenever someone opens a chart, they go for the daily. Not too many people look for the 3-day, just like doing it because it's a higher time frame than the 3-day, and it usually tends to hide technical edge that the daily is not showing. But I do like this potential Adam and Eve topping pattern. Just like you had an Adam and Eve bottoming pattern here on BTC, you'll see how it played out. You had the sharp drop, B recovery, rounding bottom. You had a lot of noise here in between, a lot of yada yada yada, and then you reverted from this downtrend here. Of course, it wasn't enough to break out of the downsloping range, but at least it performed and it didn't fail to, I don't know, just like a fake out and go down. So that's what I'm expecting on USDT dominance, but inverted. If you invert this scale here, you're looking somewhat similar to what BTC did on April. So sharp drop, B recovery, potential round the bottom. Let's go. Let's go, chat. I'm getting the vibe that on a few more months there will be plenty of you here on the live stream. This is not gonna be quiet anymore. This is not gonna be just one viewer, two viewers, three viewers. It will be 10 to 20 people watching here. New people coming into the space. Everything's sending, and it's just gonna be. It actually, although price action, it will be easier to trade. I think that information will be harder to look for because it gets so crowded and you get so much information, so many new projects pop up, and you get the point. So let's just summon a reversal here on USDT dominance on how it's looking both on the daily and the 3-day, and it's gonna be pretty rad. Okay. Let's talk about Ethereum because it's been outperforming Bitcoin today. It's down only 0.3%. You failed to have a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, so this bearish engulfing is still valid. If you get a daily candle close above $2,640, it's when you take out this bearish engulfing. You did find a reaction out of a critical inflection zone from the previous cycle here on Ethereum. You'll see this was manufactured on April 15, 2021, and it's been regarded both as support and as resistance ever since. That's where you found a support yesterday. But Ethereum just outperforming BTC, but being outperformed by Solana. You're printing strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram, and you're slowly recovering on the RSI. You're just leaving the bearish control zone. You're at the 41 point level here on the RSI. So you're barely escaping the seller control area on the oscillator on this daily time frame. So that's your ETH. Pretty boring. It's just waiting for Bitcoin, I guess. If we get that Bitcoin dominance rollover, like we were talking on the beginning of the stream, then I think that Ethereum's gonna outperform BTC, maybe temporarily. You know, I'm not calling for a bottom on BTC, but what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin dominance, like I'm not a fan of this structure. You know, reminds me a little bit. You're gonna think this is funny, but reminds me on Pepe against Sol here. Look at this, chat. This whole bearish bat here. I think it was a little bit more discernible on Pepe. Maybe on Bitcoin dominance you're here and you'll do one more impulse, but it's just looking like somewhat of a harmonic here. It is the same harmonic. It's a bullish bat here that has not completed the pattern completion zone here. PCC will be down here, but it looks somewhat similar, you know. So that's my guess. And you're losing positive momentum on the 3-day, which is where I had that edge for an impulse here. You know, this inverse head and shoulders already played out. Impulse for a couple weeks. Now you're losing that positive momentum, and you're building somewhat here of a lower high regarding this high. So maybe less market participants here on Bitcoin dominance regarding this impulse from August 7. So yeah, incredibly, Bitcoin dominance looks somewhat neutral to bearish, because you're putting lower highs and you have a potential here harmonic that would bring price into if it completes the harmonic pattern, you will get Bitcoin dominance at 54.6% after this plays out. So yeah, what else, chat? Let's take a look at ETH BTC right now, because why not? ETH BTC is up 0.9%, trying their best to have potentially a higher low regarding this low. This is the task that buyers need to put in or need to deliver on ETH BTC, in my opinion. You need a higher low, and then you need a breakout. Of course, you need a breakout here of this strong level, 5,600 sad area here from history, not only from 2021 and 2020, but coming all the way from 2017, you'll see how this is a strong level. So I would get excited on ETH BTC when you get back above 6,500 sats. I mean 5,600 on ETH BTC. But before then, what you do need, chat, is a higher low. You need an argument for buyers that maybe someone is accumulating here ETH BTC, and this is not going for a bullish engulfing, but it's a green candle. We'll see what they do from here. You know, having confluence also to what Bitcoin dominance is doing, but you do have here a hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram, where you have a higher high on the positive momentum and a massive lower high regarding the high from June 29 here. So you'll see there's increased positive momentum on the MACD histogram, but way lower prices. So that would be a continuation divergence of what's been going on ETH BTC. Hopefully this doesn't play out, or maybe you get somewhat of a negative momentum here, but it's just really shallow, and then you run it back up on how Bitcoin dominance is looking. But I like way better on how others against BTC is looking rather than ETH. And others are altcoins excluding the top 10 market caps. So they're like mid caps to small caps, you know. Ethereum is large caps. It's the second largest crypto in the world. So I think that smaller caps are looking better than ETH right now on price. So that's your ETH BTC, just printing positive momentum, and you're at the 38 point level on the RSI, so you're still within the bearish control zone. Buyers are going to need to step it up from here, invalidate this whole hidden bearish divergence, and take the RSI out of the bearish control zone above 40 points. So let's check out Solana. Solana is up. It's actually green on the day. It's up 0.3%. You're still below this critical inflection zone from the previous cycle. This complacency shoulder top at $144 here, chat. So this is really important. That's been regarded both as support and as resistance this cycle around. I will be more confident on SOL if buyers actually manage to reclaim this level, this $144 level. I will be targeting $170 if actually buyers are able to recapture it decisively. Okay, because you've been chopping around it. If you do somewhat of a small impulse and then you come back down again, then I wouldn't be that expecting of SOL going to 170. But since Solana has been the strongest leader of the layer ones of this cycle, I don't like to see Solana doing something like this. Makes me a little bit nervous, you know. If I go locally, I think we have an inverse head and shoulders on the lower time frames. Yeah, you do. So you have a potential inverse head and shoulders on the USD pair here. You have the left shoulder, the right, the head, and then the right shoulder with an inclined neckline right there. So you break that, and your measured target move for this low time frame inverse head and shoulders would be an 8% above the breakout line. So it will be 156 measure move target for Solana USD on this 12-hour inverse head and shoulders. So that's your SOL. You're losing negative momentum still. You're really close to flipping green if you don't nuke tomorrow. If you print a strong red candle tomorrow, this the negative momentum will turn back on. But if everything goes into plan and if you chop or just go a little bit higher from here, you'll start printing positive momentum for the first time in the month. In August, all that you have seen on SOL has been negative momentum. So, yeah. And you also have an inverse head and shoulders here on the daily on the RSI. So this is a reversal pattern on the oscillator on a daily time frame that hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's there, you know. Composite operator is doing something here. We'll see if they actually play it out or not. All right. So that's your Solana, pretty flat for the past 2 weeks, not catching much of a price action. But I do want to check out Sol BTC and Sol ETH. Sol BTC is up 1.5%, just below a critical inflection zone. Also from history here, you'll see this 23,850 area, regarded both as support and as resistance this cycle around. And this kind of structure looks a little bit naughty, if you ask me, right, chat? Like this doesn't look too clean, because you have lower highs regarding this high here. So that's not the best. This implies that there are less market participants on Sol ETH versus March. You have a lower high here, another lower high here regarding this high. So maybe what you'll get, and could give somewhat buyers an argument, it's a higher low. Maybe whenever this low gets put in, it could be even here. Whenever this low gets put in, if it's a higher low regarding this low here, then sellers could have an argument again of running Sol BTC up. But for now, not a fan on how this is looking, in all honesty. You're losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, but you've been printing negative momentum for the whole month. Also on Sol BTC, you're at the 61 point level. No, my bad. You're at the 43 point level on the RSI, so you're neutral right above the bearish control zone. So there isn't much to say about this pair, rather than you need more data to get bullish again on Sol BTC. Given that you have lower highs regarding this high here, it's a little bit spooky. Let's go to Sol ETH. Sol ETH is green today. It's up 0.7% after a bearish engulfing candle yesterday. So yesterday's bearish engulfing has not been catching follow through. You're above a critical zone here from 2021. You'll see this level was manufactured for the first time on October 22nd, 2021, and regarded as resistance for the first time on November 21st of 2021, with a daily candle close below it and follow through on the day after. So the real question is, because this looks cooked, if you ask me, you have an impulse into price discovery above a key inflection zone. I don't like deviations above a strong inflection zone. I've been turbo repeatedly about this. Like you've been testing this level too many times in order to get a fake out. You know, it was developed and constructed in 2021, tested as resistance in March, April, May, July, and when you had that breakout in August, you didn't catch any follow through, chat. So that's concerning. Yo, how's it going, Terry? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the nice comment. So once you've tested this critical inflection zone, not once, not twice, and not even 3 or 4 times, chat, you get a breakout on the 5th attempt and then you pull back, that makes me a little bit sketched out on Sol ETH. And by the way, this is not calling for the death of Solana. This if this is actually reversed to the downside, this is just calling for an Ethereum outperformance over Sol. So it's not like I'm bearish on Sol or whatever, but that's my bearish argument. Like, I don't like deviations above a key inflection zone, and I'll show you why too. I have the chart right here. Where do I have it? I think it's on ENS. So ENS had the same thing here. You have a key inflection zone from 2022. There's this complacency shoulder, somewhat resistance that got tested way too many times here, chat. Look at it, like 6 tests, and then when you finally got the breakout here, you failed to. Hold on one second. My mouse is acting. Okay, my mouse is acting a little bit funny here. I don't know if it's losing its battery. So you had the breakout here, and then you turbo reversed. Like, what does that mean? And I said live on stream, like, I'm not a fan of this. Like, you need, if you break out, you need subsequent price action to the upside. And eventually they brought it down, tried again, failed, and look what happened afterwards. They failed to break a critical inflection zone. So that's my concern on Sol ETH, man. Like, my concern is that they're gonna pull it back down before another attempt. But on the bullish side of things, or your hoping side of things, you could be using this level here for the first time as support. This was a resistance from 2021. Here, manufactured in November, and for the first time in October 22nd. And now maybe you're holding this as the first time as support, and could be the highest low of Sol ETH history. But man, I don't know. Maybe they hold it, run it back up against the resistance, and if you don't get a decisive breakout, man, it's gonna be rough for Sol ETH. Short Sol ETH pair, like a delta neutral. I wouldn't be keen on doing that. I would just focus more on other altcoins, you know, rather than Sol. Like, Solana's been catching a lot of the market's attention for this past 6 months, or even more for the entirety of the year. So if you get signs of weakness like this on Sol ETH, I would just focus on our layer ones, you know, maybe on some fresh coins. Just like you said, Aave, we'll take a look at on Aave in a few more minutes. It's been showing strength. Although ETH has been really weak, you can see coins like Aave and Uni, some other ETH beta coins, utility ETH beta coins showing strength. So rather than taking a trade here, I would just focus my mindset or my bag somewhere else rather than Sol. But again, if they hold it here, buyers will have an argument. They'll call for the highest low of the entirety of the chart, and then they're gonna take another attempt at this critical inflection zone. And if you don't get a breakout here and maybe another lower high, then you could be more confident on a reversal on Sol ETH. So yeah, and you do have a bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram, as not being confirmed yet, because this could turn into negative momentum anytime now. But you could develop a bullish divergence here on the MACD, and you're at the 51 point level on your side, so it's neutral on the oscillators. Yeah, I'll take a look at XRP and Injective as well for sure. This coins have been moving, so we'll take a look at them. Okay, let's start by, you wanted to see Aave. Let's take a look at what Aave was doing today, because it was impulsing the last few days, man. Okay, so it's pullback. It's having a small pullback. Nothing to be concerned about. It's down 3.2%. But it's reacting at a strong inflection zone, the 140 level here, 139.3 bucks. We talked about this on stream. That is, we said, like, if you break 112, 140 was next, and look how quick they did it, man. They just run it up turbo into the strong inflection zone developed in 2022. So there isn't much there isn't much price action here. This up and down territory is pretty inefficient, and the same you could say about the 170 buck level here. If you're able to break 140, you'll be targeting 160 pretty quick, because you don't have much resistance above it, you know. Maybe if you get 160, there is a little bit more of choppiness. This level has been tested a few more times. Maybe 160 to 170 could be harder to break. But I think if you're able to sustain price above 140, your next logical target will be 160 bucks. And from then, man, you're looking at 242. And I'm not even going to entertain the price targets above, because we'll go level to level on this one. But it's quite crazy on what's being done on Aave. Clearly following BTC price action, because since BTC is red today, Aves red today, you're having somewhat of altcoin pockets of liquidity. Like for example, coins that are pumping today probably will, more likely than not, will chill tomorrow, and maybe you'll get a bit on Aves. So they go intertwined. Like one day they pump a few pockets of altcoins, the other one they pump another, and they consolidate between them. So if you're able to actually find which coins are gonna get bidded on the days afterwards, well, that's because market participants usually follow. Like everyone got on Aave yesterday or the day before, they were in profit. What do? They just have a pullback consolidation and they pump other coins. And if they had positioned themselves on red coins while Aave was ripping, they probably could be on profit right now. So that's like the thing that could be going on some coins that you can see red days like today, and some other ones that are green. But you're overbought on the RSI, you're at the 71 point level. Good news is that this could stay overbought on the bullish control zone and continue to grow higher or sustain an uptrend. And maybe when you develop a double bearish divergence or even a triple bearish divergence on the RSI, maybe you get a strong pullback. But you're indeed overbought on the RSI, so yeah, I will, if I don't have any way to position myself here because this is in the middle of an impulse. Maybe you could have positioned yourself here when you had this higher low regarding this low here. Maybe with a bullish engulfing, maybe there was somewhat of an argument on buyers. But I will wait to see how price behaves against the 140 buck level, because you are at resistance for the first time since March, and you're overbought on the oscillators. So maybe if you're able to consolidate above here and you don't get a strong pullback, maybe you could get somewhat of a side type loss and get a good RR trade into the 170 buck level on Aave. And you're putting on the strongest positive momentum on the MACD histogram, chat, since July 2022. So 2-year highs for the positive momentum on Aave here. That's wild. I'm not calling for a reversal here. All I'm saying is that you have crazy positive momentum being printed and about to be confirmed in 14 more minutes on Aave. All right, let's take a look at XRP, because XRP has been doing things too. Well, yeah, I have like a dilemma on riding Aave until the cycle top, because Aave is like an altcoin per se. It was a 2020 DeFi summer coin. Actually, it was called Lent before. If you were here on 2020, you'll remember that they rebranded it. It was called Lent Protocol or Lent, and they changed it to Aave like on August or September 2020. And well, the strategy for 2021 was buying new coins, coins that didn't have backholders from 2017 or 2019 echo bubble, and that played really well for me. But the catch for this cycle around, if you're trying to look for new coins, is that most of them have a crazy FDB. Like they launch the new layer ones, the new coins with crazy inflated supply. There isn't much. There's just a couple of coins that they don't have like a crazy FDB. For example, Ordi, I think it's a fully diluted coin right now. I don't think it has any unlocks on the horizon. I checked on CoinGecko yesterday, and the market cap equals the FDB on Ordi. But I don't know too many other coins that have been doing that on the new coins. So on a first thought, I would tell you to long new coins. Long the fresh coins. Coins that are gonna get pumped by VCs, that they could do marketing, whatever, fresh narratives, fresh coins. Like the market usually loves fresh coins. But maybe maybe this cycle's different and Aave gonna be a great performer, because I don't know if this has any kinds of unlocks coming in. Let's check it out. What's the FDB on Aave here? Oh, they even changed the logo. So the market cap is pretty close to the fully diluted valuation. It's just 173 million shy. So not even a 10% away from its FDB. So that's good. And that's why I don't know if it's cope, but that's why they were saying that memes were getting bid, because people got tired of market participants got tired of VC scams, and they wanted like a straightforward meme with no unlocks, and that's why we got this crazy meme mania on the last 4 to 6 months. If I'm bullish on Ordi, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the ordinal space and Bitcoin, DeFi or technology, but I do have a setup that I'll show you later on stream that I think it's gonna make you bullish. But yeah, Aave could be a great hold if we get a change of paradigm, if this cycle is different than the previous one. Maybe 2020, 2021 coins do great, and fully diluted large new coins don't do as well of new coins. Yeah, well, the Dino coins have been getting a bit, man. That's the thing. And I remember, like, I don't know if you were here in 2020. That happened also when BTC in December 2020, BTC was running into all-time highs, getting above price discovery. And I remember XRP pulling moves, man, because then the news hit about the SEC suing XRP, and XRP tanked and dropped so hard that even dropped the entirety of the altcoin sector with it. It was rough. So I do remember XRP making moves on early bullish bull market in 2020. So maybe it's history repeating itself. Okay, so man, XRP is strong right now. It's down only 0.3%. You have a bullish engulfing still ballot from yesterday. This is trading like BTC on steroids. Like you can see it here, holding the level. You're above key inflection zones from history here. Let's see what's the next logical target here for XRP. Like a strong reversal could be that one, that's for sure. The 66 cents. That's your next logical target to break, in my opinion. And from then, I think at around here, at around 78 cents. So I don't know. I don't see any kind of pattern developing here. Maybe you get somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders. It's not as clear, It's a little bit forced, but you do have somewhat of a reversal here, But your breakout line will be, just there. So I don't know. I'm not on XRP right now, but I think ultimately, if we get good price action on BTC, this is gonna get sent for sure. You're printing strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram. You're at the 56 point level on the RSI, so you're neutral on the RSI. You're 4 points shy of the bullish control zone on this oscillator for XRP. So I want to pull up the 3-day though and the Bollinger Bands to see if I can get any kind of edge maybe under the hood. Okay, so I had a selling signal. This is a custom indicator I made last year that catch somewhat of a follow through. Didn't reach the target. The target would have been the lower end of the bands here, but price mean reverted then to the upside with a bullish engulfing candle. Still valid. They didn't validate the bullish engulfing. You're uptrending, man. You're building strong positive momentum once again on the 3-day. You're at the 57 point level on the RSI, so you're really close to bullish control zone on XRP. I think that the whole arrangement with the SEC and the trial being over could be somewhat of a good resolution for XRP. But you can see also that XRP has been trading differently than what it did in the past, because usually XRP wouldn't give you much time to position yourself before sending. You can see here, like XRP just chops, then has like 3 to 4 candles of an uptrend, and then just massive short squeeze. So you can see a change of conduct, if you can say so, here on XRP. It's been trading differently, but yeah, I like it, man. I think I like some other coins better because I could position myself on a tighter stop loss. That's the only reason why. You know, I'm a trader. I'm not an investor, so I'm looking for good entries, you know, and where I could cut my losses quick. And I don't have that set up right here on XRP. But if you're an investor or if you're holding from way lower, I think this looks great. Oh, thanks, Terry, man. Appreciate it, bro. You know what? You're the first contributor to my stream, so I really appreciate that, man. I'll remember this. I'll remember you, bro. You're the MVP. Thanks for the contribution, for real, my man. You're an MVP. So I'll show you what since you contributed, I'll show you what I like better. But first, I'm gonna take a look at Injective because you wanted to check what was going on there. Let's see Injective here. So Injective here in the daily is going for the highest daily candle close since August 1st. So almost monthly highs. Just uptrending, you know, building strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram. Actually, the highest positive Momo on the histogram since July 23rd. So monthly highs on the positive momentum for Injective. And you're at the 52-point area on the RSI. So you're neutral on the RSI still. But you're building strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram. But what did I see on Injective that I want to show you? It was on the 3-day. Just remember for a second that the 3-day is a higher time frame than the daily, and usually it's more reliable than the daily just because it's a higher time frame. So you had a bullish engulfing on the previous 3-day close, which closed yesterday, I think. Or the day before. I think it was yesterday. So this was this 3-day closing yesterday with a bullish engulfing candle, reclaiming a critical inflection zone here. This 18 buck level, you'll see very real. It was developed on February 15 of 2021. So you lost that level. Also backtested as support here on April. Reclaimed that level with a bullish engulfing. And look at this, chat. Look at this, Terry. You have a bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram, confirmed, or at least about to be confirmed, because you're printing the first positive momentum bar on the MACDs since the beginning of this month. So you have a bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram, plus a reclaim of a critical inflection zone, plus a bullish engulfing candle that's catching follow through for now on the MACD histogram. All you need of this asset to send into astronomical levels, you just need to reclaim 22 to 22 buck area here. And if you are able to do that, I think you would have breaking out of this descending diagonal here. And man, your targets from here will be 28, then 34 and 44 bucks. If you are able to reclaim 22 to 22, I mean 21 to 22 bucks. And on the Bollinger Bands, just reacting from the lower ends of the bands. I don't have much of a strong opinion on the Bollinger Bands, to be honest, but I do like this bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, man. I'm really a fan of the 3-day on the MACD because I think that most people don't look there, and it usually provides insightful technical analysis for the market. Yeah, I do like Injective, but I'll show you some other coins that I've seen that they're doing some great stuff as well. Since we talked about Ordi, let me pull up my chart here. So let's have the let's talk about this. Like, if we're bullish BTC, I don't know if you watched the beginning of my stream, or I uploaded a video yesterday on how bullish I am on BTC and how bearish I am on USDT dominance. If you want me to explain it to you, I'll do it quick. Otherwise, you can rewind the stream. But if you're bullish on BTC, I'm looking for coins that eventually will outperform BTC, right? So all of these pairs that I'm looking at right now are against BTC. Right now, I'm not focusing too much on USD pairs. I'm looking more for BTC outperformance. So this is the already BTC chart, all right, on the 3-day. So what's going on here? You have a reclaim out of a strong inflection zone here going on. You have a 3-day bullish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday. And you have triple bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram. So this looks pretty similar to what Injective is doing, right? But this is already confirmed. You're printing strong positive momentum, actually the highest positive momentum here since June on RDBTC. Plus, if you turn on the Bollinger Bands here on the daily, look at this chat. Look at this theory. You have a compression here of the Bollinger Bands. You know how compressed they are? And you're potentially looking at an impulse or a potential breakout out of the Bollinger Bands on RDBTC. So I will play this, I would take this trade not only on the 1-day, I would like it better on the 3-day because it's a higher time frame. It gives me more time to entry or exit my positions. And I just like that triple bullish divergence that's going on here. I think it's pretty insightful. And if you go to others, man, if you go to others against BTC, so I think you know what others are. So it's your altcoin index excluding the top 10. So excluding, you know, your BNB, your Solana, your XRP. This is basically your medium to small cap index. You have a massive bullish harmonic here, a massive bullish bad with a type 2 return. This is like somewhat of a confirmation of a retest right here at a key inflection zone from history. You know, you're regarding this resistance level from 2019 and 2020. You're regarding it again as support. It worked as support for the first time in June. You developed this massive bullish structure here, this massive harmonic bullish bad with a type 2 return, with a confirmation here. It is a slowly lower low, but you do have a confirmation out of this massive bullish harmonic, and you're breaking out of the trend line, out of this selling resistance, if you could say so. As for now, you have a triple bullish divergence here. Also, look at this chat. You actually have like a 3 falling peaks classic accumulate. I mean, 3 rising valleys classic accumulation pattern. You know, because you have higher lows with a higher high regarding this high. You will be confirming if you're able to close this 3-day in 2 more days like this on others against BTC. You will be confirming an accumulation, basically an accumulation pattern on others against BTC. You're going for the highest positive momentum on the MACD since March. So there's some serious developments under the hood on a significant time frame, which is the 3-day, that not too many people are talking about, and that's what I like too. If this was all over the timeline, I would be a little bit like conditions have been so PvP, so player versus player, that anything that I look at on the timeline, I'm a little bit like skeptical, you know. I like to look at things while they're quiet, and if actually others in 2 more days is able to confirm this accumulation pattern with a higher high here on the positive momentum, then I think others will outperform the crap out of BTC. Well, Jackson Hole has been bullish for the past few years. I think it's been a bullish catalyst, and I think the next FOMC, it's on September 18. You always get turbulence going into an FOMC. Who knows what they'll do this time? because for the first time, there's wide consensus on the market that they'll cut rates. They didn't have that consensus on the previous FOMC. So maybe this time it's going to play out differently, you know? Maybe like, because on the last few FOMCs since like March or February, you will get like a small sell-off going into the FOMC. And then you will get a release after the FOMC, most likely to the upside. So maybe this time around, since conditions have changed, you know, since now it's somewhat a certainty that Powell is going to cut rates, maybe they'll play it out differently. Maybe they'll pump it, you know, the week prior and sell it off on the day of the FOMC, and you get a sell-off for a few days, and then you recover somewhat. And it could turn out to be a sell the news event. That's what I'm trying to say. Since the market's now somewhat certain that you'll get a rate cut. The only question in matter it's if it's going to be a 25 basis point or a 50 basis point cut, basically. So already looks incredible against BTC. You do have somewhat of a bullish test. Worst case scenario on this asset, what I'm looking here, maybe you get a run up and then you get another confirmation low, and then this is the strong or the real breakout. That's always possible, you know. Market loves confirmation, so that's real. I mean, that's a real possibility. But since on how it's looking now, I'm positioning myself as for now on smaller caps rather than BTC. I've been heavy on BTC and some other majors. I've been trading memes for the past few months. But now I'm diversifying into some other coins. For example, I like Zero against BTC. Zero against BTC is going for a bullish engulfing also. I don't have any kind of divergence here because I don't have that much data. Oh, you got burned hard on Ordi. Oh man, that sucks. Maybe, I don't know. Let's check out Ori at 27 bucks. See what happened. Was it here on this drop for the big spike? Yeah, just some intentional or unintentional grab of liquidity to the downside. But yeah, if you were going to re-enter Ori, I don't know how you would position yourself, but since you have this triple bullish divergence here, it's funny how it looks, and no one talks about it, honestly. Maybe some people do talk about it. I know that Jack is from BB is bullish on it. If you know these guys, they're pretty chats. Maybe if I were going to add an RD, I would do something like this, you know. I will put my stop loss right below here, right below 20. This is a psychological level. And my first take profit would be 48. Next one would be 57. And the next one 65. I don't have much opinions on AI because maybe it'll come back. I played some AI coins. I played Render and some microcaps in March. But I always thought of them of like a meme, you know? Because, yeah, it's not like they're very much real on providing like a AI use case. But let me see if I have it here on my watch list. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. Check out Tao. Let's see. Wow, it's nice. I wish this was. I wish this Wittek didn't exist and this was like a higher low, like the first higher low in Tao's history. But unfortunately, it's not. So I'm just gonna go for what the market's providing. Going into the oscillators, I don't have that much data, but you're uptrending on the RSI here, man. You have an inverse head and shoulders that got confirmed. You see left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, breakout line, actually confirmed, uptrending. So you're going for your highest readings on the RSI. You're at the 48 point level, so that's neutral still. But if they keep this going, eventually it can reach, 60 point area, and that's bullish control zone, and that's where you go bananas here. On the technical side of things, I do think that you have a strong inflection zone at around here, 338. to, yeah, I think this is real. Yeah, so that's your pocket basically. That's your resistance. This was your support, and then flip to resistance, and now you're going at it again after this liquidation, which turned out to be a bullish pin bar. 3 white soldiers here, pattern on the 3-day here, not confirmed. You'll need 2 more days, but you have a potential bullish pattern here, a continuation pattern, or maybe somewhat like a reversal pattern, you know. 3 white soldiers, 3 white candles, candlestick pattern. But if I were to position myself, I will wait for a flip I will wait to flip 340 to 355 bucks. Yeah, I most likely that the wick was from the whole Japan thing. So going back a little bit to what I was, not take this as a shield. This is what I'm looking for myself. And since you were very gentle and contributed, I want to show you what I'm looking at. Look at how tight the Bollinger Bands are on layer 0 here. For the record, layer 0 has an humongous fully diluted that valuation. You know, it has unlocks coming in. I don't know when there will be, so not financial advice by any means, but I really like when the Bollinger Bands do this thing, man. This is compression. This is volatility getting compressed, and look how what 0 did after volatility was somewhat diminished here. So I'm looking for an outperformance. This is actually 0 against BTC, by the way. So I really like what 0 is doing here. This is like hopium straight up, in all honesty. I like what Tia did on December, I think, was it January, that it 10x'd on like 2 months or so. So I think that a fresh narrative coin, like an omni-chain coin, you know what layer 0 does, you know, it helps to bridge within all of the other layer 1s. So if you have an asset on layer 0, you could trade it on any layer 1. For example, there are NFTs that you can bridge around Solana, AVAX, Ethereum, whatnot. So that's what, like, the whole 0 narrative. I just really like this compression here. I think that you could be going for a spike. That's what I like about 0. When is the unlock coming in? Let's check out on layer 0. Let's see. Maybe the unlocks are next year, you know? I know that Tia has a massive unlock coming up soon on October. So the next unlock is on 1 year from now, I think. Isn't it? Oh, I cannot see it if I don't sign in. But so don't take my word for it, but potentially I think the first, maybe this was TGE on June 20, and they have a 1 year unlock until June 20, 2025. And that's that would be it would increment, like it's gonna go up 23% on circulating supply. So I'm not sure. I'll have to check back on this. I'll let you know on the next stream, but I'm kind of like aping blindly into this one because I don't know exactly when the unlock's coming in, but you can see it's only 25% unlocked, so it has a massive fully diluted valuation. But I think that the chart's telling a story here that's worth trading, in my opinion. Plus, you have a higher low here, right? So you have a bullish structure. You have higher highs and higher lows. So it's not like I'm betting against the trend or whatever, right? And on BTC here, I know that these are not very liked, you know, trends or coins, but Dimension, yeah, if the unlocks is coming up next year, then I think you will be safe on that regard, on not getting dumped on by the BCs. But Dimensions I don't know where the next unlock is coming in for Dimension, but Dimension is like Celestia beta, and Tia is gonna have a massive unlock. So whatever Tia does, I think Dimension is gonna do on steroids. So yeah, maybe, man, because The RSI is slowly creeping up. Look how oversold it stayed down here for like months and months. And now you're having somewhat of a reversal on the RSI. You're still in the bearish control zone just by 2 points. You're in the 38 point level, so I want to see it above 40. But man, this is the 3-day time frame. Look how compressed it is on the Bollinger Bands. Like, this is volatility compressed like really strongly here. Is it going to break out to the upside? I don't know. But when I see this on the Bollinger Bands, after, you know, such a massive drawdown, after no one's interested on this, after everyone's scared on going into dimension against BTC because they got wrecked on each bounce, that's when I like to take a gamble on it. And say, for example, also really tight on the Bollinger Bands, not as tight as dimension. I think I like dimension better. TIA also, look at how tight TIA is, man. Like, volatility has been decreasing and decreasing, and this market tend to work on cycles, you know. So, man, this could be a signal for something coming up here. With BTC, look, for example, WIF has been pretty volatile for the past few months on the 3-day compared to what Dimension's doing. So maybe this whole compression will lead into a Bollinger Band expansion, you know, something like that. Maybe getting somewhat of a hater rally, not calling for all-time high, but I do like Bollinger Bands compressions, you know. By the way, shout out to my man Benz from the RB Discord. My man tunes in every day. Shout out for his support. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Terry too. New Pitbox enjoyer. Hope to see you again soon. Let's check out how BTC closed on the daily. So yeah, as the title of the stream says, like, I think this is bull consolidating on BTC. Fresh day is opening up 0.2%, so it's not doing much. But the 3-day is really cooking here, man. 3 days where it's at. Look at this triple bullish divergence, man. I've been repeating this like a parrot, and I'm not gonna get tired of it until we're printing strong positive momentum to the upside. And I'll be like, guys, I had to tell you not once. I've been chopping about this thing. I've been yapping and waffling about this whole setup for so long that everyone who watches the stream is probably bored out of their minds of me repeating myself. But I don't want to be talking about this when this is already printing that positive momentum. I want to be talking about this when you have the setup, you know, here. You have an accumulation pattern on the MACD histogram. This is implied that on the 3-day time frame, since March 31st, accumulation has been going on the positive momentum. This is a positive momentum accumulation going on. Not confirmed. Anything's confirmed. I cannot confirm you anything on the markets. I mean, patterns not confirmed. Nothing's for certain. You already know that. If you're here, you know how markets go. We're here to look for a slightly better chance for ourselves, you know? You don't need to know what's going to happen to make money. I live my trading by the Mark Douglas principles, by trading in the Zone book principles, best book I've ever written. You don't need to know what's going to happen in order to make money. Why? Because no one knows what's going to happen, and traders make money anyway. So what you need is a slightly better chance of something happening rather than not happening, and positioning yourself accordingly. What you're seeing here on the MACD histogram on the 3-day time frame, triple bullish divergence, accumulation pattern, it's a slightly better chance of this having a breakout to the upside rather than reversing. Can it reverse? For sure. Maybe we'll wake up tomorrow and BTC it's at 40K. Do I think it's gonna happen? No, I think it's unlikely. I think it's much more likely now this is gonna trend higher with an accumulation pattern here on the MACD histogram on the 3-day. Well, no one's talking about. For example, Terry, I don't think you were here, but we talked about this on the Bitcoin dominance chart. I was screaming about a reversal here on Bitcoin dominance. We had a reversal pattern, an inverse head and shoulders on the 3-day time frame on the MACD histogram. No one talks about patterns on the oscillators. They can happen too. Patterns don't only happen on price. That's what I found out throughout the years. I love pattern trading. Patterns do actually tend to appear on the oscillators. I talked about this on maybe here, most likely here, and then for sure here when it got confirmed. With this bar, the pattern got confirmed. It was like, okay, game on. Like this, because when you're down here, for example, you have three outcomes when you're developing the pattern. Maybe the pattern is not gonna get confirmed. Maybe it's gonna come up here and it's gonna start printing negative momentum once again. It's not gonna get that confirmation. Okay, we got the confirmation of the pattern. What's next? You'll either get a performance of the pattern or you won't. And that's when it's viable positioning yourself, because you have a slightly better chance on performing rather than not. And I'm not calling for that like I invented it. You know, it's people way smarter than me that have researched patterns for more than 100 years. They have taken notes on the stock market and on traditional technical analysis, and I actually have seen what's the performance of each pattern, how many times it performs, how well it performs, etc., etc. So patterns on the 3-day are very real, you know. So on BTC, I get excited when I see something like this. This is not confirmed yet. You get it confirmed with a green bar above here, and then you'll wonder if it's gonna perform, and the chances will be higher that it's gonna perform that it won't. And the measured target movement for this thing here, yeah, we'll take a look at to ETH. The measured target move here, man, it's wild. Where do I have this? I think it's here. Okay. So if we actually confirm this 3 rising valleys accumulation pattern, you'll be looking at the highest positive momentum on the 3-day histogram ever, chat. That's your technical target. It's not like I'm pulling this out of my ass. Like, research and people who have studied accumulation patterns, like the 3 rising valleys here on the MACD histogram, call for this performance, if it actually performs. Your highest positive momentum on the MACD histogram. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what, I don't even know what are we talking about. Regarding ETH beta, I would need to chart it, you know. I like narratives, and I like mean reversion trades and non-consensus plays, but I ultimately rely on the chart. So I would pull up each beta that I'm looking at, and I would pull it against ETH, and I'll see if I have a slider edge or any kind of a divergence or critical inflection zone that we might be getting a bounce out of, and then I would play it. I would probably say that beta would perform better because it's usually a smaller cap, so you'll get returns on ETH, but beta is probably gonna pump harder, right? So Ethereum on the 3-day, for example, you don't have that kind of scenario, right? You do on Bitcoin here. The difference with BTC is that you did a positive momentum here, right? And you did a higher low here on the negative momentum, so you have that triple divergence here. It's not the same. I'm not saying it's cooked, you know, but I don't have that same edge as on BTC on ETH, and truth be told. And you're still on the 38-point level on the RSI, so you're in the bullish control zone on a significant time frame, which is the 3-day. So I think if you really wanted to see what ETH is doing, you need to go to ETH BTC. And on the daily time frame. You had a green close today. But what I'm really wondering here on ETH BTC is when we will get that higher low. Market participants need a signal that buyers are coming into ETH with a higher low. So all I'm asking for is a higher low. Will this be the higher low? I don't know. It's just too soon to tell, you know? You do have a slight bearish divergence here on the MACD histogram. You have a hidden bearish divergence, not confirmed now. You'll need a negative momentum bar to confirm this continuation of a downtrend divergence here, because you have a higher high here on the positive momo and a lower high, a big lower high on momentum. So this implies that buyers stepped in. You know, they made their biggest effort, a larger effort than on June 28 to push ETH BTC higher, and all they could do was just another lower high. So that's a continuation to the downside divergence. But I'm willing to flip my bias towards bullishness if you get a higher low, and especially if you break out of a 5600 here sats area. This zone from 2016 2018 is very real, man. It's been regarded both as support and as resistance. 2020, 2021, 2022. So I think that the real ETH party begins once you ultimately break out of this level here. And we said here live on stream on the end of June, like you need a breakout here, and this lower high doesn't look too pretty to this one. So maybe it'll be stronger. Yeah. I just like I said, like I don't know what's going on with ETH. It has an ETF, you know. Maybe the whole merge, you know, October 2022, Ethereum merge from proof of work to proof of stake. Maybe that's not liked by the market, because that was the top, man. Here, this was like September. I think it was September, October 2022. It was here, I think. I don't know. This was like the exact peak at top, not this one on 2021, but this was like the merge, and ultimately from then it's been downtrending. So I don't have a clue. I'm just gonna go with technicals, you know. I do hold ETH indirectly because I hold NFTs, you know, Ethereum NFTs. I hold like 5 collections or so. So I'm just gonna go with the charts, and for now I do have a way better structure on others against BTC rather than ETH BTC, which sounds crazy, right? Like you would think that ETH BTC would reverse first than others BTC, but just going with the charts, man. This is where it's at in my opinion here. This massive harmonic with a type 2 return plus a triple bullish divergence confirmed by now. Yeah, maybe while ETH BTC reverses, this just pumps, and then while ETH starts outperforming, you get that confirmation here on others. But maybe you don't. Crypto is a momentum driven asset class, so once it gets going, it really does, man. So it could be, Terry. If there is something that I've learned on the market, it's that history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. But some other times you just see new things just turned out to be way different than the way before, and that's why I rely on technical analysis, because patterns and numbers don't lie. You know, critical inflection zone from history don't lie. You know, this is very real. Anyone can see this. You know, this is not like my opinion. This is like a fact. You know, this 3.0 to 3.2 area here was regarded as resistance and as support on 2018, support 2023, and you're catching a reaction as of it now with a triple bull dev here on the MACD histogram. So that's why unfortunately, like sadly, I'm not gonna have like all the answers, you know. Um, yeah. I don't know how much ETH you hold. That's like your risk profile. It has to be like according to what you believe. Maybe if you were trading some other backs, maybe if you have stables, you could put in a few trades, on some other small caps. But let's do this because why not? Let's do Ethereum against others, right? So we can see this straight up. So others, let's see how it's doing. So is ETH your biggest holding since when? Since last year, for example, or since like a few weeks ago? Because that's different, right? Man. Boy, this is choppy. So I don't think this chart is as clean as the Bitcoin one. Did we get an harmonic here? I don't think we did. I don't think we went to the 886 because you have a potential bullish bat. No, you fell short. Oh, for the past 2 years? Well, ETH is gonna do well, man. If the market pops, ETH has an ETF. It's been the most hated coin lately. It could be a great performer. But I don't want to tell you to like get out of your ETH right at the ETH BTC bottom, because it could be the bottom or it could not be. I've seen people call for the bottom on ETH BTC 100 times this year, and they all failed. I'm relying on technicals. I need to see a higher low on ETH BTC, and I need to see price action above 5,600 sats on ETH BTC in order to get excited. But if we go to others against ETH, boy, this chart looks it's a wild chart. You're gonna have to look for some inflection zone here. So let's take a look. So I think that's a strong level right there to the upside. I think here you get somewhat of a reversal in history. Also here, maybe there. Let's see. I need some confluence right there. Yeah, I think so too. I think that it's gonna outperform Sol. That's my bias too right now, because Solana's been getting quite the outperformance, and with the meme coin mania cooling off a little bit, I think that that ultimately leads you to Solana maybe not getting that quite of that attention, but others. It's at the 59-point level on the RSI against Ethereum. It's building strong positive momentum. You're actually going for the highest positive momentum since March. And let's see where the trend is going here. Because this was a downtrend, okay? We can agree this was January 2022, June 2022. This has been downtrending, right? This was an uptrend going into the Pico top here, April 2021. Then a downtrend began on others against ETH, basically because bear market things, and Ethereum outperformed others. Ethereum held this price better than others on the bear market. But then you reached this Pico bottom here on June of last year, and you went for a higher high, right? This right here is a higher high regarding this high. Not against this high, but this is a discernible high on the chart, and undeniable. Like this is a high, this is a discernible higher high on the chart. Real question is this a higher low regarding this low? And you could be looking at a market structure break, right? Like you're breaking possibly market structure from a downtrend that lasted. How long was this downtrend, Terry? Was 784 days, give or take. Now, higher high, Potential high low, bouncing on somewhat of a strong inflection zone here. It's been regarded a bunch of times as support. And you're running again. Real question is, you have a high, you have a high low. This is what trend reversals are made of, right? But real question is, will be here at 90 to 92 point area. Will they be able to flip it, or will this turn out to be a lower high regarding this high? In my opinion, I don't have the edge that I have on others against BTC, because others against BTC is having bullish divergence. This one is in the middle of somewhat of an impulse. So I think your next logical target is here, and you could be watching a potential trend reversal from the downtrend on ETH BTC. And look at it, man. Like others against Ethereum, it's been uptrending, since 2017. Although Ethereum's performed really well, you can see others outperforming Ethereum right until this drop. This drop here was the beginning of the bull market of last cycle. This was Bitcoin running from 12K to 30K. I think BTC reached 30K on January. But this right here, was the Bitcoin dominance top. Bitcoin dominance topped on early January. And look at how others outperform on a final push against Ethereum. Then we had this drop on April, because this was the Ethereum rally on that complacency shoulder on BTC. Then August, bull market resumed until November. Well, until December on others here. But my point is that others is on a long-term uptrend here since 2017. You had a short-term downtrend here that might be reversing to an uptrend again. So I'm not. I don't have an edge. I don't have a technical edge here to tell you, yeah, I think others are gonna outperform Ethereum. What I do have a technical edge is on others against BTC. All right. And what else was it? ICP. I feel like I'm crazy for watching ICP, But yeah, look at Zero BTC, man. It's up almost 4%, or in the USD pair. So, while BTC is just up 0.3%, and I also think that Bitcoin dominance might be getting a small pullback here, since you have this large harmonic and you have lower highs regarding this high. So yeah, ICP got listed, I think, a few months ago on CME, but I don't think that's the real reason, though. I think that the real reason is because they've been integrating ICP with ordinals and BTC. Like Internet Computer Protocol is now like a Bitcoin ecosystem coin. I've been watching some podcasts about it, but developers on BTC have started developing on ICP. And the weird thing about it is, like, take a look at this. Go to DeFi Llama. The total value locked on ICP has been increasing, but I saw some kind of a wild pullback yesterday. Where do we have it? ICP. It's in the computer. So look at that, man. Like I looked at this yesterday and was like, wow, like they really threw money at ICP, but then it turbo dumped. So I don't know. I'm taking a look at ICP not just because of the technicals, but because the Bitcoin people have been loving the protocol. It's decentralized and it's somewhat useful to the Bitcoin ecosystem they've been building for the past few months, and apparently that has not caught any public attention. But I'm taking a glance at it. So yeah. I'll be looking to a few more coins, but on the following days. But I think that Zero is my favorite new coin for now on the BC scam side of things, and maybe Dimension, man. I don't know. I gotta be crazy for for talking about Dimension on stream, right? Yeah, I didn't catch on any of the BRC 20s or ordinals. I mean, I did had some collectibles, some inscriptions, but I didn't do too well on them. But yeah, take a look at Zero because the whole omni-chain narrative. Now that you have like a layer one dilution, and just because of this, man, like you're starting. Maybe this fails, but maybe it doesn't. Just starting to get a breakout out of this compression. And let me remind you that on the 3 day, Dimensions doing the same thing. It's not starting to pump yet, but is somewhat equally as compressed as Zero. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I've been going on for about an hour. I want to say thanks again for Terry for my first contribution ever as a streamer. I really appreciate it. I won't forget it. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Also, shout out to everyone who's here every day. I go live every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I like to look at the daily candle close on BTC and the rest of the crypto markets. So, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks for the extra 5, man. You're a goat, Terry. You're the MVP. I really wish you well on your trades, and I'll see you guys soon on another